All right, now that we are here, ready to get our bird up and seasoned and stuffed, I'm going to start out with some kosher salt and some pepper that I can crack. I would highly recommend fresh cracked pepper just because it's a lot more aromatic, and a lot of those flavors are not oxidized that normally would happen if you had ground pepper already ground. So one technique for seasoning with salt, whether this is any kind of meat, same goes, what we were talking about with the temperature, no matter what kind of meat you're cooking, this same technique is applicable to seasoning any kind of meat. And that is to, when you're using your salt, you season from above as opposed to like below, where it might be more concentrated, like, oh, concentrated. But if you do it from above, it kind of snows and like distributes onto it. So the first, I'm just going to do salt and pepper first. I'm going to start in the cavity. Yes, season the inside liberally. So that was like 2 pinches. And then damn it. That didn't exactly go inside. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, seasoning with salt. Salt, obviously, basic seasoning. Having a lot on the outside definitely brings out the flavor. And I used to go really gentle on this salt, and then I watched a video of Thomas Keller, who, if you don't know who he is, look him up, bookmark his videos on YouTube, because he's one of the top chefs in the United States. And my feeling of him is that he's not as egotistical as some other chefs, but who am I? Like, I've never met him in person. He just comes across as being a good teacher and educating on really good techniques, and he's a very, very, very well respected chef. So I would suggest looking him up. So we've got him seasoned. We're gonna go back to going back to what what we had showed before. So we have our little 4 sticks of celery. In they go. My onion stuffed inside. My bouquet garden. Okay, so you can kind of see this. I'm trying to like leave room in here as far as making room for everything. I'm gonna stuff this guy in here. Oh, this smells so good. And our little garlic guy, and then our lemon. So besides flavor, all of these contributing flavors, it's also contributing moisture. So as your bird cooks, the steam that these vegetables and lemon and herbs release will help to keep the whole bird moist. So we've got that all in there. Now comes the fun part, trussing your bird. So the reason that we truss a bird or a roast or anything is so that you have the density of the entire bird the same. Otherwise, you put it in the oven and he's kind of just like spread out like so, or from this angle, like they're just spread out. And you've got open pieces, you've got pieces out here. This is going to cook a lot faster than, say, like your thigh meat. So the reason that you truss your bird is, 1, it looks really beautiful when you're done, but 2 is that it goes back to the even cooking of your entire product. So go ahead and measure out about 4 feet of your kitchen string. That's like, arm's length, side to side. And I'm going to send you the link on how to do this because I had to watch a video a couple times to really learn how to do this. It takes a couple times of practicing, so don't be discouraged if it seems confusing or if you don't get it right the first time. Just keep practicing because it's worth it in the end. I used to roast untrussed, and after doing it one time trussed, I was never going back. So we've got our string in half with the loop up here. And then we've got our bird breast side up. We're going to take this loop behind the bird to the neck. So I pointed out before, like this is the neck. You're going to loop it around. And then you pull it. Now you take this and you spread it. And you come in between the leg and the wing, and then you come down underneath both legs. So like you come down underneath both legs, and then you tie a knot. And we're aiming to keep the legs under the breast so that it plumps up the whole. It pumps up the breast, and then you want to just tie it really tight, and then you flip it over, and then you tie it again, and then you come back up to the neck. You start your back where you started. Here we go. Done. So easy. This is like really thick kitchen twine. Okay, so now we've got that. And look, oh, my wings, what am I going to do with those? Okay, easy. You flip it back over, and remember we came up through the leg. You tuck the elbow in there. Behind the leg, and then the wing tip, which can burn easily, kind of gets tucked back in there as well. So I'll turn it over so I can show you again. You look for the truss that's in between the leg, and you shove the elbow into that truss. See that? And you see that piece? So the elbow is going behind the leg. Sorry, it's like kind of slippery. And then you take the tip and he kind of tucks right back in there. Ta-da! Boom. Done. I would say that's the hardest part of doing a chicken, but when you get it, it's really easy. So, just gonna wash my hands really quick. Or more like rinse them. I'm not doing the whole soap down, sanitize, even though I am a food scientist. Safety first. Okay. Now, I should have mentioned this earlier, is that I would have said turn on your oven to 450 Fahrenheit so that it's pre-warmed. So you want to make sure that your oven is pre-warmed, ready to go. You don't want to put your bird in, or any food for that matter, before your oven is up to speed. So I've got room temperature. This bird is a little under 4 pounds. So I'm estimating that it'll take about probably 50 to 60 minutes to bake. So I'm going to use a saute pan. You can use a regular pan. Oven proof, metal handle. You can use a roasting rack if you want. And at this point, there are so many variations I've done before where you have a bed of vegetables. You can have like a rack in the bottom of this. If you have like a larger roasted bird, you can. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't have anything in this, I don't have any oil or butter or anything. I'm not going to baste this. I've already just seasoned it with salt. Actually, I didn't do pepper on the outside. I'll do the pepper right now. So I've got breast side up. Look how pretty this is. I'm so excited. Yum. I am really excited if you haven't noticed. This is definitely one of my favorite things to make. So I'm actually like really happy that we were having that back and forth because I haven't made this in a while. This is actually like one of the best things to make kind of like on a wintry when it's colder outside because it's just like yummy, like home cooked, warm, yummy meal. So same as before. I'm just gonna do some cracked pepper. Oh, this is gonna be so good. And then I'll show you at the end. I'm just gonna put a little bit more salt on this. It'll make it like so crispy and yummy. Yum. This looks really beautiful. I'm very excited. Okay, so I've got my oven on. I'm gonna do a little turnaround so you can see me do it. Not that this is critical, this is more like, yay, food TV, here I go. Onto the middle rack, and I'm gonna leave it there. I'll come back. I don't need to do any basting. I'm not gonna do anything, just let it sit there. As far as organ meats go, I'm just gonna leave it as is right now. Those take really fast to do. I'm just gonna season it with salt and pepper anyways, and add that in like at the very, very last minute. It's literally like 5 minutes, if 5 minutes to cook those, because I don't know why. It's just, I guess, the texture of the protein. So that's it. I'll check back in and let you know how it goes when we take it out.